Welcome to the first ever live office hours for the NonDē Filmmaking Legal Lab. Welcome, everyone. Looks like we have no one here, but this is kind of what the setup's going to be. Is I'll be hanging out, taking questions if anyone has any questions. My name is Michael Rekola. I'm a filmmaker and attorney. Built this lab because I got tired of seeing independent filmmakers treat the legal side of their production like an afterthought. And so my goal is for these next 15 minutes to act as your legal librarian or your temporary business affairs department so you can get unstuck and get back to prep and making your films. There's just one quick golden rule before we begin. We have to cover that fact that I am an attorney, but I am not your attorney. Nothing we discuss here creates an attorney-client relationship. All this is just for educational purposes. Please do not share confidential trade secrets. Do not mention specific names of people who you are currently suing, and we're here to talk about concepts, strategies, and best practices. So let's get to work. We got about 15 minutes. If you have a question about a contract or location issue, a red flag for your set, just jump in and come ask a question. Type it in the chat.
Work with that. We don't have to do all these stuff for you. You think somebody else wants to shake you up in,
Again, if anyone has any questions, drop an emoji in the chat and I will bring you up to the stage and we can discuss things.
Another option is stuff is picked up because I think it's past the first section. To the next section, but if Jerry was doing case control, and then I don't.
1 second, I'm trying to figure this out. There should be video, Tom. So Tom, or for anyone else, I sent you an invite so you can join the stage. Come up and ask your question if you want. Hey, Tom.
There we go.
Tom, before we begin, let's just go over this real quick. Please introduce yourself, give a 30-second log line of what you're working on, and just a verbal commitment that you know that I am not your lawyer and I'm here just to give, help and advice.
Yeah, my name is Tom Violet, and I'm currently in production on a feature-length documentary called Voices for Change. And I'm currently in the process of editing a 10-minute proof of concept, one so I can get an idea of what the feature will look like and also to use it for promotional purposes and to start getting it out to various organizations, have them do some screenings and feedback, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I did hear your disclaimer.
Thank you.
And also read your disclaimer, fully understand that this
Thank you.
is just educational.
So what's going on? Any problems? Anything you're trying to get unstuck on?
No, really just, I've just started, I'm originally making this project with my son, Ray.
Okay.
And it was just my first film. But I've been an activist for a long time in my spare time and just thought I want to tell activist stories. And so we've done about 9 interviews, been working on it for about 8 months. And Ray was going to do the edit, but Ray's also a college student and has a lot of other obligations as a 19-year-old. So I ended up, another member of my team who did professional documentary makers was taking over the edit gracefully, thankfully. So he's just started in on that. So, yeah. And I guess my only legal question is just, I guess now is the time to copyright.
So copyright is an interesting thing. Copyright generally happens immediately when the thing is created. It's when it's published. And when they say published, they don't mean physically like published by a publishing house. It means into existence, published out of your head. So technically, the minute you edit it, it's yours. If you wanted full protection to where you're protected, you'd have to file with the U.S. Patent and Trade Office. I'm not sure exactly how much it is right now, but it should be under about $100. And that kind of makes it public to everyone in the world that this is your work of art. A lot of people back in the day would, mail each other their scripts sealed in an envelope to say that they published it first, but that's like a poor man's copyright and it doesn't really work in the legal system. So
So
you don't
follow
have,
up on that. I've heard that like you're copywriting the script, but I'm not. I don't have a script per se, right?
correct.
So
So for
is it
you,
copywriting the name?
well, so in theory, you don't have a script yet, and because you'll eventually have a finished cut, right? And then
Yeah.
the cut you could then transcribe into a script. So the bigger concern is making sure that you own the rights to the final cut. And so if you're worried about copyright there, it's going to happen once you finish the final cut. You'll own it, but the bigger concern is, did you get all the approvals for every subject matter, for every piece of footage you used, for anything like that? Because here's the deal. Say you have 100 interviews and 99 of the interviews, everyone signed the release form, but one person didn't, and you include that one interview, then you don't necessarily own the copyright to that person's, say, image or their likeness on screen. And so that's why you want to be as prepared as possible ahead of time. So when you do these interviews, to have them sign releases, things like that, they make sure that you own that copyright.
So I had location release and talent releases.
Mhm.
I had them reviewed. Now they weren't a lawyer, but there's someone who's done archival producing quite a bit.
Mhm.
So they did look it over, but I didn't have anyone with legal standing who,
Yeah,
who's my lawyer look at it.
I would always suggest that, but generally standard release forms and a talent release form generally covers what you need. But a couple of things you want to look out for is when you pull it, make sure that there's no timeline on the copyright or no timeline on the release, meaning like you have approval to use my footage for 1 year. You want it to say like, I have approval to use it in perpetuity, because who knows?
Yeah, that's what it says. Yep.
Yeah. Then you should probably be okay. Again, one of the things I'm doing with this lab is, hopefully, if, it doesn't sound like you need one now, but if you do ever need an attorney, we can refer you to attorneys in your area who understand kind of our approach, and also that these are artists who are, making low budget films or documentaries and things. So we're not there yet, ready to do referrals, but when we can, we will.
Yeah, that would be cool. You got to say, hey, can't afford $5,000 retainer or whatever. I don't know what the legal costs are, but
no, that's basically kind of my whole thought process too about this lab, was the fact that even myself, I use a lawyer, and my lawyer is like a $5,000 retainer, and I'm not using him every time. And so I was like, I wonder if there's a way that I can replicate, say, for the cost of one team lunch, like $500 or less, where someone can get access to all these different templates. And we're not there yet. We'll maybe in a couple of months or a year, we'll be at like $500 a year. But like right now, it's just figuring out how we can, for a small fee, help people get organized and get
right.
better.
Well, no, this is great. I'm wonderful you're doing this.
Well, thanks, Tom. Got any more questions? If not, I'll let you bounce off stage. I'll bounce you off stage to see if anyone else wants to come on.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thanks, Tom. Thanks.
Justin Banks, my composer, just joined. Oh, really cool.
Hey, Justin. If you got a question, Justin, put emoji in and we'll bring you up. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thank you.
Fourth year doing it. Tracks. Well,
I got to learn that. I think I actually kicked Tom out of the whole stream. But yeah, I'm learning, guys. Sorry. This is all brand new, but like I said, goal here is to do these quick little office hours. If anyone has questions, how we can best help them, I'll give it another couple minutes. And if not, I'll probably close this down right around 2:35. So we'll give it a couple more minutes, but if someone hops on stage, we'll stay.
as you know, the other panelists are now NOB and first grade. And I understand it for the new staff chair. So perfect moderator.
One quick thing I will say is the location release is up on the website now, the NonDē Legal Lab.substack. It's free. It's able to be used for any private property. Don't use it for state government property or anything like that. But it's free. It's up there. You can walk through it. It has the necessary protections in it if anyone needs to protect their project. Seeing as no one's asked to come up on stage, this was a great first 15 minutes. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Oh, wait. Looks like Amber has a question. Oh, you're welcome, Amber. And thanks for encouraging me. It's a lot better doing this with at least one or two people rather than none. But thanks, everyone, for joining. And stay tuned till next week, which will be next Wednesday. Have a good one, guys.